Good morning, Year 4. Here's the second of this week's science lessons on everyday electrical appliances. And our walk for this session is to identify electrical appliances and the type of electricity they use. So by the end of this session you should be able to identify electrical appliances and non-electrical appliances, and you should be able to sort them based on whether they use mains or battery power. So let's start with definition of an appliance. An appliance is a device, piece of equipment or an instrument designed to perform a task. So for example, a washing machine is an appliance which performs the task of washing clothes. A thermometer is an appliance which performs the task of checking the temperature. Now at this point I'd like you to stop the video, and if you've downloaded the pictures of the appliances from the website, cut them up, sort them into two piles, those that use electricity and those that don't. If you can't download them, then just have a look at them and write two lists. Again, those that use electricity and those that don't. And then when you've got your list, restart the video. And here's what you should have in your two lists. Now, as we found out in the first session, there are two types of electricity. There's mains electricity, and to use that type you need to plug an appliance into a socket. And there's battery electricity, and again for that you need to be able to put a battery into something. In the UK, mains electricity is produced mainly by gas, coal or nuclear power stations. We also use wind turbines, hydroelectric and solar panel power stations to generate our electricity, but at the moment the bulk of it is produced by burning gas, coal or nuclear. And more homes are now having solar panels put on their roofs to provide mains electricity. So how does a power station work? Well, to start with, there's a building in the power station where the current is generated, and then this goes through wires to a transformer. Now the transformer sends the current along wires that are attached to pylons, and everybody's seen those marching their way across the countryside. Pylons connect the first transformer to a transformer that's nearer to a city. And you may have seen these boxes as you walk around. This second transformer connects the wires from the pylons, and then the cables tend to go underground. And the underground wires connect the transformer to buildings, including homes. And then inside your home, the wires are taken and distributed around the home. The reason you don't see them is because they're in the walls. You just see the socket that's attached to the wires in the walls. Now batteries store chemicals which produce an electric current, and they eventually stop working because the chemicals stop being able to produce an electric current. And then of course there are rechargeable batteries, which is where the chemical reaction that produces the power can be reversed, so the battery can create the electric current again. However, even rechargeable batteries will eventually stop producing an electric current. Here's the second task. Use the appliance cards, the ones that used electricity, and sort them into those that use mains electricity and those that use battery electricity. Be careful because some of them can be powered by both. So stop the video at this point and have a go at completing the diagram. Again, you can download that from the website, or you can just create your own on a piece of paper. When you're ready, restart the video. Now, mains electricity can be dangerous, causing anything from a minor electric shock to serious burns and even death. And If we were in class, we'd now do a little interactive game where we go to a house and try to find the dangers. So I've tried to adapt it. If you want to have a go yourself, the address is here. If you type that into your internet browser, you can go to the website and play the game yourself. So here's the house. Let's go to the kitchen first. In the kitchen, there are 6 things that you're looking for. Pause the video, write your list. When you're ready, restart the video. In the living room, in here we're looking for 4 things. Again, pause the video until you've found them and then restart. In the bedroom, there are 7. One of them is quite hard to spot, but see how you do. Bathroom, there are 4 things, but really I'd say there were only 2 because it's repeated things. And outside, there are 2 things to look for. Hopefully now you can identify electrical appliance and the type of electricity they use, and also those that don't need electricity. And hopefully you've been able to sort appliances based on whether they use mains or battery power. Now if you did the electrical dangers in the house screens, if you keep playing the video, here's the answers. So within the kitchen, the dangers are the socket. You should never ever put anything into the empty holes on an electric socket. The iron. Again, this lead is quite dangerous. If you've finished with something electrical, then put it away. The taps. That's very important if you've got wet hands that you don't touch anything electrical. The cooker. It's been left on. When you've finished with it, you should turn it off. And then these 2 are similar things. This lead is hanging over the cooker, which is dangerous. And this lead really should be tucked away behind the toaster. That was the 6 things in the kitchen. In the living room, there's obviously a toy been left in the middle of the floor here. Quite dangerous, you could trip over that. This cable to the lamp. If you've got a long cable like that and you've got something like a sofa, then the cable should be tucked behind the sofa so that people can't trip over it. A candle on top of the TV. It's very dangerous. In fact, putting anything on top of a TV is dangerous. So that should be put somewhere else. And then lastly, this socket here. As you can see, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things plugged into one socket. This could overheat and cause a fire. Into the bedroom again. Socket, they've been left turned on, but nobody's actually using the things that are plugged into them. Keyboard, again, that's been left on the floor. The lamp. Now this was a strange one because I couldn't see this one, but it's a reminder that if the bulb needs changing in that lamp or that lamp, you should get an adult to do it and make sure that they're switched off or unplugged before you do it. Again, the cable to the TV should be really tucked behind the cupboard. The drink on top of the TV, not a good idea. And this was the other one I didn't get when I tried this, because in the actual video animation this is moving around, so it's obviously been left switched on. And it's just a reminder that leaving things switched on when we don't need them is wasting electricity. In the bathroom, now I said there's really only 2 because they're repeated, and it's these 2. You really shouldn't have mains powered things in a bathroom. Quite dangerous. And then the taps, just a reminder that if you've got wet hands, not to touch anything electrical. Make sure you dry them first. Outside, again, we've got a lawnmower, appears to have been left plugged in and nobody's using it, so it should be put away. And again, reminder that if you've been playing in a paddling pool and you're wet, to make sure you've dried yourself before you touch anything electrical. And that's it for this week's science. I hope you've enjoyed them.